Are you tired of being the next best kept secret? If you are an entrepreneur and your business is just not growing, then this message is for you. Have you tried everything, and I mean everything, to get yourself out there, to be seen, to be heard, but nothing works? Have you, or are you in a place where we call rock bottom? But in this rock bottom space, you know that there's more for you, and you are absolutely ready to go. You are ready to receive the information that's going to elevate you and your business to the next level. Well, I'm here to tell you, as a spiritual psychologist and a business strategist, that you are absolutely in the right place. What in the hell do I mean you're in the right place? Let's talk about it. Because many are called, few are chosen, and fewer are crowned. I remember working with a client, and I had this client. We were kind of friends too. And that's a point where you don't want to mix your friendships with your coaching business. Point number one, definitely lesson learned. But anyway, that's not the point. But I had this client, and I guided her through a tough situation. She was homeless at the time, unable to do anything, like literally homeless, living in her car, but very creative, very hungry, like literally hungry and figuratively, but starving for her opportunity to break free from whatever, that poverty, and to break through. She was very creative, very creative, very, very, very creative. Her creativity is what actually unleashed her abundance. And we're going to talk about that. So with this client, I gave her all kind of tips and tools, all kinds of ideas that advanced her, that helped her to grow and helped her to elevate to another level. She literally went from $0 to zero client to probably over 50, maybe 100 clients, and getting to $155,000 within 6 months of working with me. So I started to realize that as she was growing, she was not recognizing me. She was not acknowledging me as, a part of her team and a part of somebody that was helping her to grow. But I noticed also that she would, now mind you, she wasn't paying me anything because she was my friend. Again, be careful with that, mixing your friendship and business together. Now, she wasn't paying me anything because I knew she was homeless. So I understood and I had compassion, which was, what a friend does. But I was still coaching her and guiding her and allowing her, teaching her and guiding her as a coach. Now, she was a business coach as well. She did her thing. Again, creative as fuck. Really brilliant, excellent, a G at what she did. Loved it. That's why we resonated. But as I'm noticing, as I'm coaching her, again, she would go to other people and pay for their courses and their classes and acknowledge them. Now, this was a lesson for myself because as I was attracting and growing myself, I had that insecurity that I wasn't worthy of being paid. She was a total representation of that. A narcissistic friend, by the way. And she paid for what she felt was worthy, even though the stuff that I was teaching her was working and putting her in position to be able to pay for these courses with the other people. But she got to a place where I wasn't important. Not to her. Not exactly, though. I was actually important to her. That was the thing. I was important to her. I was her best kept secret. And I remember seeing and noticing, talking to her and communicating to her my feelings about how she was, I didn't like this wasn't cool. You paying for other motherfuckers shit, but you ain't giving me no money, and you acknowledging them and ain't saying nothing about me. But again, as we attract things in our lives and we manifest those things that are subconsciously in our minds, this was a physical manifestation for myself. She was, again, a reflection of how I was feeling. I wasn't worthy of being paid because I was going through my growth and elevation as well. So that was the whole thing. She was supposed to come, as she grow, she bring me with her. As I grow, I bring her with me. That was the assumed idea, because that's what we would literally talk about. So I figured it was authentic and real. Now, mind you, we had been friends for probably 4 years. We met on Facebook, never met physically, but we were cool. Been there rocking with her while she was literally homeless and went to jail. And, I would give her just all kind of stuff. But again, I was her best kept secret. And I remember talking to her one final time and letting her know I'm not about to deal with this. And I actually said to her, I am not anybody's best kept secret. If you don't respect my work, we can no longer be friends. If you don't, I put those boundaries up. Tried, let it not try, but I let it be known that there were boundaries put up and blah, blah, blah. If you do it again, there's a consequence. Well, lo and behold, of course, she did it again. So the consequence was lose me as your friend. And I'm okay with that. It took me a year to grow to be okay with it because I actually did love her as a person and a friend. And I did go through that phase where it was like, dang, but my spirit and energy was revealing to me that there was something not quite right about her. But again, she didn't want me to be bigger than her. She didn't want me to grow because if I grew, then that would mean that I would not be her coach for her to be able to grow and suck all of the energy out of me. Reminded me of a lot of my past relationships, which was one of the main reasons why I did end the relationship with her and I, because I knew that there was a gift inside of me and you too were not going to hold that back for your own selfish growth and reasons and then abandon me when you get big. Because guess what? After she started reaching that 155,000 plus, I had not reached yet. She started abandoning me and thinking that I wasn't good enough for her anymore. So lo and behold, again, ended that friendship that was over. But I learned a very, very valuable lesson in that time. I'm nobody's hidden secret. Fast forward a year later, I still struggled with that insecure feeling, not thinking that I wasn't worthy, but not understanding why the wealth that I wanted to attract, that I know that I was worthy of and wanted and desired, why it wasn't still coming to me, where the money block was. One day I realized through scripture and reading and meditating and praying and asking questions and, getting signs and confirmation, the universe revealed to me that my mother was a secret. And the experiences that I went through in my childhood with my father having an affair with my mom, producing kids and being a secret, I grew up subconsciously thinking that I was a secret. Always having to wait. And then I talk about the story when we went shopping and the credit card got to me and it was declined and I had to wait. So I had to wait till later. So with these two subconscious thoughts that one, that I'm a secret or I have to live a secret life, that I'm not worthy of anything, I can't advance, I can't grow, that I have to wait and be next. Of course there's a huge money block. Of course, because I was the next best hidden kept secret. But when I wanted to get out of that secret status, I had to understand and shift my mindset and shift how I saw myself and started to believe a different way. And once I started to believe, I started to see things that resembled that difference and that change. In my physical reality, it started to manifest as I was worthy, because ultimately I am, and so are you. So if you have something that's blocking you from creatively producing what it is that you were designed to produce, then it's time for you to dig deep and figure out what the secret about you really is. Why are you being blocked from manifesting wealth? Because what part of you are you afraid to reveal? Get to the bottom of that secret, and you can definitely get to the bottom of what's blocking you from the wealth that's keeping you from your abundance and happiness. I hope this helps. Click that link and get ready to transform your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. Have a good day. See you on the other side.